Even as I listen to you speak, on one hand, I totally get it. And what I mean by that is many people know me for my many years in the music industry. Many people know me for my many years of working on alongside of Diddy and helping to build that whole bad boy empire. But I do very, very little interviews because that's my past life, right? Like I don't want what does it say about me if the only thing that I've ever done that was great is in my past? I'm working extremely hard so that this next chapter of my life is equally great, if not eclipses what I've done in my past. So I totally get every word that you said, 100%, from a personal level.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask, how do you feel? Because I get from the personal side, you want this part of your life to be as meaningful as what you did while you were enlisted. But does the government in our country, do you feel as though you get the recognition? You know what? I put it all on the line for you guys. I understand that I want, to move on with my life. But even if I was stuck in the past, I don't know that I get recognized for my sacrifices.
Mm-hmm. I feel that at one point it was like that. If you look at 9/11, when that whole incident happened, the towers fell, that time thereafter, months, weeks, that year after, it was a unifying force that was moving around this country, right? And shortly after the war began, and as it, got prolonged and went on for 20 plus years, you could watch that like a line graph. It teetered off, the support for troops. I just had a conversation with a Green Beret yesterday, and he was talking about almost the same thing about what happened to the support and all this and that of the veterans. And like, I laughed. I was like, dude, it's always been bumper sticker deep, man. Like, there's no point of even tripping about it. Once that bumper sticker wears off from all the traffic and the wear and tear, you can't even read it anymore. Like, we support the troops only goes about that deep. I do believe, I'm not gonna say I don't believe it, but I do feel that. And from what I've seen, and I'm not saying that from the, looking at it from a veteran's perspective and looking at the average civilian, it's more so of our government, It's the people who sent us over there at one point to go do bad things to bad people. As soon as that job is done, they act like Pontius Pilate and wash their hands of the whole thing and they're done with it. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you touch great points. You said they sent us over there to do bad things to bad people. You guys, you personally, I'll make it more personal. You have done things that, the rest of us couldn't even imagine. 33 confirmed kills in combat. And those are just the confirmed kills. Obviously many more. Like, how do we as a society, and I guess this is a question I have for you, how do we as a society even repay a Nick Irving? You said that you had a conversation with a Green Beret. You guys are all brothers in arms. It doesn't matter what branch of military you served in. You are the best of the best, whether you're Army Ranger, Green Beret, Navy SEAL. How does us as a people, us as a country, ever begin to repay you for your sacrifices?
Stop putting cowards and weak people in positions of power. Fight to avoid that. Having weak-minded politicians, overseers, policymakers in positions of power to, I'll just say that. It'd be better off if we had more strong-minded, strong-willed people of value, morals in office. Instead, we get the exact opposite. And we all know it. And that's the reason why, I don't vote. Not going to say whether I believe in it or not, if voting is the truth. But if it is true and it exists and it actually does make a difference, then I just find it weird that it's like when I was growing up as a kid, I'd watch my parents they'd go out to those voting booths and stand in line and, wait hours and hours to vote. Then they get home at nighttime and they would bring up little comments about, well, this guy, all politicians are liars or whatnot. And even as a kid, and I've asked my mom this recently, I was like, well, why are we still playing the game? What are we voting for? If we know politicians lie, are we voting for the best liar? Are we voting for the person who can hide that lie the best or cover it up? Because what they say never comes to be, or once they get in office or anything, it's rare that it does. And the fact that us as a society in this country know that that's what politicians do, I think that's a major problem. We're putting people in office and positions of power with literally no spine. It's just a sack of skin with clothes on, and who can wear it the best, Once we stop doing that as a nation and bring everything back to people with morals, people who care, people with sincerity, I think that's where the change essentially would start if we all follow the leader. But I refuse to play in a game of wanting to change a system that is, based on who we're voting for and it's the best liar. I'd rather not play that game. Doesn't make any sense.